Then I went to this neurosurgeon, Dr. Larry Dickinson, who's a neurosurgeon here. Okay, and Sue and Dr. Dickerson, okay, sponsored me. I had everything.
This is for a new PhD program now?
Well, sort of, yeah. I was part of it, but it was also for a company. Okay, I started a company.
Now, this new course of study with this, is this still under this PhD program?
Yeah,
is this a new,
it was getting bizarre, but
I was gonna say, how does
it was all
Dr.
basically related. Basically, here's basically the deal. Okay, Martin resigned from my dissertation committee. Okay, and basically Sue was going to run the show. Okay, then Dean Kerrigan was going to basically provide political support in the College of Engineering, just because he was also going to pay for it too. The College of Engineering, Dean Kerrigan was about ready to open up the university's wallet and just give me money to finish to do something. Okay, I was like, look, I brought you guys freaking $750,000, didn't get a penny of it. Okay, instead I got arrested. Okay, couldn't pay my rent. I had to borrow money from my parents, and you give the money to these jerks who have no idea what they're doing, and you cover up all this stuff, and yeah. And so, Shea was like, okay, we're going to help you. Dickinson was interested. And Kerrigan was going to...
Dickerson or Dickinson?
Dickinson. D-I-C-K.
Yeah.
Dickinson. Larry Dickinson. There's only one in neurosurgery, trust me. Okay, in any case, so that was all fine and dandy, okay? Trust me, Sue O'Shea wasn't afraid of me. I was working in her laboratory. Exclusively. I got letters of support from her. I can give you.
Well, let's back up just a minute, since we're on the O'Shea now. But David Martin, you said he resigned from your dissertation committee.
More or less, not officially, but yeah.
And we were talking about why he was afraid.
He wasn't afraid. Okay, that wasn't why he resigned.
Okay, he resigned over that problem with that chapter.
No.
No?
I didn't get a reason. No, they made up these bullshit reasons. I didn't even get a letter from him. I got a letter from Robertson.
These reasons from Robertson?
Yeah. Okay, it's bizarre. You look at the letter. The letter makes no sense.
Well, what I was asking you was why you thought David Martin and Sue O'Shea were afraid of you, and that's what we were talking about.
Yeah, I know, and I'm trying to get to that. Okay. The point is that they're heavily implicated in this. They took $750,000 of federal money. Okay, that money. Okay, they got illegally. Okay, they broke the False Claims Act to get the money. Okay, and two, they took that money and they didn't do what they were supposed to do with it. Okay, Sue O'Shea tried to get out of it. She said, let's just give the money back. Okay, she didn't need the money. Okay, she was going to get tenure anyways. Okay, they were both assistant professors trying to get tenure. Okay, this is a big deal. Martin needed the money. Without the project, Martin was not going to survive at the University of Michigan. Okay, he needed the money. He took the money. The money was supposed to develop brain implant coatings a certain way. Okay, I wrote the proposal. He didn't do it. Okay, he didn't do what he was supposed to do with the money. Instead, what he did was he published one paper on silk fibers. Remember how we were talking about Kevlar, how Martin did his PhD on this Kevlar? Yeah. Instead of doing what he was supposed to do, he does something totally different. Okay, it's illegal. You cannot take the money from the federal government and say you're going to do something with it, and then do something else. Okay, it's ridiculous. It's like me giving you $100 to paint my car, and you come back and say, well, I decided to change the oil instead. Okay, it was something like that. Okay. So, anyways, Martin is psychologically unstable. Okay, he's told me all kinds of stuff that I don't want to hear. Okay, he started telling me stuff in '94. Okay, I wrote a letter. Okay, he told me that when this started to blow up in '94, before I got arrested, okay, when Nowak was involved. Okay, Nowak was the original person who had your role. Okay, Nowak, I called Nowak in September of '94. I started to complain about this Humes thing. Okay, because Martin wasn't going to deal with it. I complained to my boss, Martin. He's like, I can't deal with this. I'm just an assistant professor. I can't handle it or whatever. I'm like, fine. Martin has no spine. So I went to the vice president of research's office and talked to Nowak. Okay, and she got involved and started to cover it up. Okay, and tried to figure out a way to get rid of me, or to run me out, or to make me look crazy or dangerous. Anything to sabotage my credibility and to get me off campus. Okay, that's what they do. And so anyways, Martin started telling me, he told me in '94 when this guy started to get hot, he couldn't handle it. I mean, this guy was falling apart anyways, trying to get tenure. He would repeatedly break down in his office in front of me, okay, and start bawling like a baby, okay, because he didn't think he was going to get tenure. Okay, then he told me in '94, and I wrote this in paper, on writing. I've got the document where I reported this in '94. November 4th, 1994, I reported to 4 people, Kerrigan, Nowak, Albert Yee, and Frank Falisco, okay, that Martin was acting weird. Specifically, he told me that he couldn't have sex with his wife, okay, and that I was responsible for this. That's what he told me. Okay, and I wrote that down. I said, I can't deal with this crap. I don't want to deal with this stuff. You guys deal with this. Okay? That was Friday, November 4th, 1994. Monday, I was arrested. Okay? At about 1 p.m. At 11 a.m., I had a meeting with Dean Kerrigan, and I told him that I was going to class. I had his permission to go to class. And I went to class, and yeah, Martin was there bawling, and he already had made an arrangement with Nowak to have you guys there and arrest me. And that's what happened. The cops came in, they said, oh, you can't be here, you're causing a disturbance. I'm like, no. I'm authorized to be here. I mean, that's totally ridiculous. And, yeah, so they raided the trespass warrant, and I was like, whatever. And so they arrested me.
Hey,
Sorry to interrupt.
no problem.
She's not back till Monday.
She's not back to Monday. Can you do me one favor?
Yeah.
Neil Gracer was working on the domestic. Can you see if it's done? I need that complaint.
Okay.
Just ask Lieutenant
Yeah.
Spork or somebody back there.
His brother-in-law called, and he wants to talk to somebody.
Yep. Is that the page somebody sent me?
Why?
Yeah. Okay.
You call upstairs and they'll tell you.
I can as soon as I'm done here.
Yeah.
But if you can find that complaint for me, I'd
Okay.
appreciate it. Tasha.
I'll look
Thanks.
for it.
Let me try to wrap this up real fast with Lachey and Martin.
Okay.
The original conspiracy was between Martin Nowak, and Sharphorn. And basically their plan was to, find some excuse to run me off campus. And the excuse they came up with was that I'm crazy, dangerous, or whatever. Okay? And that's why I was arrested in '94. Okay, under these false whatever. Okay, and those charges were dismissed, or whatever, dropped, whatever. Okay.
I think, if I understand that correctly, you tell me if I'm wrong, from checking the court file, Dolores Sloan intervened and said they would handle it administratively between you guys.
That's
And
correct.
And she asked the court to
Doug Lewis was involved. He's the
Right.
director of student. You know who he is?
Mhm.
Okay, so he was my attorney.
Right. So
And
they
it
handled
was-
it internally.
It was him
rather than
and Sloan talking to you guys. Okay, and Martin.
Okay.
Okay, and the thing basically got set aside.
Right.
However you want to say
There
it.
you go.
Okay. Yeah, that's correct. That's what happened. Okay, as far as the court record goes.
Okay.
Okay. As far as Martin being afraid of me, when you use the word
if he says
afraid,
he's having these problems, and then because of you, I mean,
he
what were you
he
doing
does.
for him?
He has had serious psychological problems because of me. Okay, he started in '94. In '96, he had a nervous breakdown. Okay, he didn't come to the department for like 2 weeks. The beginning of February '96, he didn't come. Okay, he was just MIA. Okay, and he just couldn't deal with it anymore. Okay, Lachey, doesn't have psychological problems like that. Okay, but Shay ain't normal. Okay, by any stretch of the imagination. Shay is a sort of a reclusive, sort of person. Okay, very subtle, manipulative, two-faced sort of person. Okay, from what I figured out, Shay will pretend to be friends with me, and then say something else to you. That's what I figured out about Shay. That's normal operating procedure for her. She's got a bachelor's degree in psychology. Her husband's a Rhodes Scholar. Okay, she's not stupid. Okay, and I don't know what to believe. I talk to her. She'll say something. She'll say, "Oh, Dan Sharphorn told me to do this or that," or Dan Sharphorn. Sharphorn's been running around, okay, since '96 or before. Sharphorn called Dickinson, O'Shea, anybody, telling them not to work with me, to stay away from me, that I'm dangerous or whatever it is. Okay, they've gone around. Okay, it started with Sharphorn and Nowak, gone around and propagated that image of me. And because I do get upset, okay, I'm a big guy, okay, and I got a loud voice. It's worked pretty well. Okay, this wouldn't have worked, if it was some, petite female or something. Okay, but this, they've, used that against me, quite effectively actually. And you take that, you add the Trespass Act, okay, and it's what I call a bad faith, egregious abuse of government power. It's a violation of the due process clause. So I was working with O'Shea in '96. I got kicked out of her department by her boss, Bruce Carlson, finally kicked me out of her laboratory. Pamela Raymond, who's now associate provost, was also involved with that. And I don't know. Sue and I, our relationship just kind of fell apart. I was like, she wasn't. From my point of view, I think she has an obligation to fight corruption at the university, to not go along with this stuff, and she wasn't willing to stick her neck out for me, and to stand up for, to stand against this sort of misconduct and crap. Okay, trust me, this isn't the only thing going on campus. Okay, this sort of stuff goes on.
So you're saying the reason why Dr. Osei is afraid of you is because she was told to be afraid of you by Dan Sharphorn?
What do you mean by afraid? Does Dr. O'Shea think I'm going to do something to her physically, or does she feel that I'm going to damage her career? Okay, I've already significantly damaged. I don't think she believes that. She might.
Yeah.
She has no good reason to believe that.
Do you remember a phone call you made to her from Germany?
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, me and you talked about that before.
Yeah. Yeah. I also remember a letter bomb incident.
Yeah. What you said? What am I going to have to do? Send a mail bomb or something?
No, that's not what I said.
Something to that effect.
No.
What did you say?
No. She said, "I don't want to talk to you." I said, "Fine. I sent you a postcard." Click. End of discussion. Okay. Somehow, I don't know if she was on drugs or what. Somehow, that turned into, "I'm sending you a mail bomb from Berlin." Okay, it's totally nonsense. Okay, I sent her I sent a lot of people postcards that spring. Okay, I sent them to Dean Kerrigan. I sent them to O'Shea. I sent them to Dickinson. Okay, where's the postcard? Did you ever look for that?
Never received it. I don't think.
Do you think I'm stupid enough to make some sort of...
Excuse me, Paul, can I talk to you for a minute?
Sure. Excuse me.
And I didn't say anything approaching, you know, I was baffled.